We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me. Take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
So I've just sieved some seed sowing compost. It didn't have many lumps in it, but it was very, very wet. So I put it through the riddle, and that sort of, I find it lightens it up a little bit, and I'm going to further lighten it up by adding some vermiculite. A good old helping of that. And I'll mix that in, and this is what I'm going to sow, and this is what I do sow all of my seeds into. Except, actually, any seeds that are going to stay for quite a long time in the medium that I don't want to disturb, such as sweet peas, I use a multi-purpose compost along with vermiculite to sow those into. Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. We are on Sunday the 11th of February, and it's actually really mild, a bit grey, but really mild. So I'm out in the garden doing bits and pieces, but the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else is get some more seed sown for February. I already, as you'll see in a previous video, I already sowed a number of seeds early February, and I've got another batch to sow, and I'll take you through what those are. But before I do that, I've actually got 2 lots of seedlings that I am going to prick out and pot on, because these were sown it's actually 28th of January these were sown, 28th of January, and I'm now going to prick them out, pot them on, and get them on the next stage of their growing journey. And then I will get some more seeds in, because we're now getting to the point where, okay, we're mid-February and you shouldn't be going mad sowing, particularly if you don't have a lot of places to put things, but actually quite a number of the things I'm growing, once they're germinated and pricked out and potted on, they can go into the polytunnel, and I can just keep an eye on the weather. And actually for the next couple of weeks it looks like we're not going to get any freezes at all. So the first thing I'm going to pot on are these lettuce. These are lettuce 4 seasons, sown, as I said, on the 28th of January, and they have been on my windowsill in the house. They are I didn't put lots in because I'll be successionally sowing. They're a wee bit leggy and a bit floppy, so that's one of the reasons I want to get them potted on. And I'm going to pop them into just another little cell tray, but they're quite deep cells, and that should hopefully mean I can get them sown or transplanted really deep, and they won't be so floppy. And this is multi-purpose compost that I have sieved because it was quite lumpy, and I mixed some vermiculite in. So let's get some of these out. They don't have true leaves yet, so they're still babies, but I just think this would be better for them. And you know, it means then that they actually look like sturdy little plants, whereas they're maybe not as sturdy as I would have liked them to be. But if you handle them carefully, then you should be able to transplant them really quite easily. You do get the odd one that maybe the roots get stuck and you end up breaking it, but that's just the way of the world. Here. There we go. Okay, I think I think that's me. One more. Good. So if we get most of these growing on, that's 3, 6, 9, 12 to start off with. Lettuce 4 seasons. Just checking the chickens to make sure none of them are in any of the beds they're not meant to be. That's okay. Right. So I'm going to put these into the polytunnel, but they will be going into a grow house in the polytunnel, and they will be also under a perspex lid, a perspex propagator lid. So that should protect them from any dreadful temperature drops. And if we do get anything resembling freezing, I'll pop some fleece over them. Now I'm going to do the same with this. This is boricole, red rubel. It's a sort of red salad leaf. Now, I'm thinking I could probably put this into a single pot and just let it grow as, in my nose, cut and come again. I've never grown it before though, so I am going to just use another one of these little cell trays, I think, and pop them in and see what that looks like. And yeah, it's always trial and error, isn't it? So first time growing these, I'll have a little bash doing it that way. So I'll fill this up again with the sieved multi-purpose compost and just use the same process to get those seedlings transplanted into the little cell tray, and they again will be going into the polytunnel. There we go. Let's make some holes. Oh goodness. Get out of there! You little rat bag! Out! You can get in! Oh, you're going to be a bother. Oh, those two newbie big chickens are far too bouncy for their own good. They find it easy to bounce over all my barricades into my beds. That was my bulbs that got it a bit there. Because they go in, they don't eat the bulbs or anything, they just scratch and take the tops off, which is obviously not good. Righty-tighty, this is the red rubel boricole or boricole. It's a red salad leaf. That's that done as well. So if I just bring this over, that's my 2 lots of early sown lettuce transplanted. These again will go into the polytunnel, into a grow house in the polytunnel, and I'll have a little lid on as well, but the lid will have the vents open. I don't want them to dampen off. Okay, now on to what I'm going to sow. There's a variety of things I'm going to sow, some of which require heat, so I'll bring them into the house, and some of which don't, so it can either be on the kitchen windowsill, or indeed I could pop it into the polytunnel. So first things first, I'm going to sow into these cells, and this is a little set that I got last year. It's okay. I've still got, since moving house, we still have quite a lot of things in our storage unit, so I don't have, pardon me, all of my propagating stuff in the house at the moment. So I wanted to get some heat and light to use to germinate my seeds, and I got these last year, and they are plastic trays, plastic cells, and then there's a plastic lid with a light on the top. It's a single plug and 5 separate lights that come to 5 of these, and they were okay. I popped them in a heat mat and they sort of do the trick. They're not perfect because the light's in the middle, so some of the outside seedlings maybe lean a little bit, but it does the job. And as I did with the lettuces a little moment ago, as long as I get the seedlings when they're relatively small and I transplant them on, then we don't have too much of a problem with legginess or falling over. So I'm going to use that. I've got 2 of them, and I've got in them, I've got seed sowing compost that I've sieved and added vermiculite to, and the first thing I'm going to pop in is a sweet pepper, and the sweet pepper is called Pillar Sweet Trio. It feels like there's nothing in here, honestly, but there is. This is from Dobby's. Fresh seed this year. It says an average of 6 seeds, so quite expensive, I think. I can't remember how much it cost me, or maybe these were the 89p ones. They did a sort of some seeds for 89p. I can't remember now. Anyway, they're worth their weight in gold once they start fruiting. So I'm going to pop these in. So they're Pillar Sweet Trio. They're little snack-sized sweet peppers. So let's just get into them, and I'm trying not to go too far down when I'm ripping this because I think there's some seeds there. Let's go a little bit further down. There we go, I'm in. There we go, little tiny seeds. Well, not tiny, but a few of them at the bottom. So there's 4, and there's another 2 in the packet. Okay, so all I'm going to do is place 1 in each of these cells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and get these other 2. There's another 1, 5, where did you go? Oh no, I lost it. Oh, did I? Oh, can you blooming believe it? It disappeared somewhere. I can't see it. Well, there you go. Clumsy, yes. Clumsy is as clumsy does. Right, so I've got 5, and there's probably 1 random one kicking about, but I'll see it when it comes up. I'm going to top that off with some vermiculite. And these do need heat, so these will go onto the heat mat, and when they start coming through, they will get the lights turned on. And I'll write a little label There we go. Right. I have another pepper. Now these seeds are from last year, and this is a sweet pepper called Robertina, and these are sort of fairly usual sized peppers, and they did really well last year. I've got a few seeds left. I'm just going to use them all, so I might pop a couple in these cells, see what happens. See if I can, if I get a couple coming up, I will just prick out the weakest and keep the strongest. Oops. See in there. Right, so this is sweet pepper Robertina. Again, some vermiculite over the top. The compost is fairly damp, but I will give it a little water when I go in, and we'll give it a label. I may have a look through my seeds. I thought I had another sweet pepper. And if I have, I'll get that sown ASAP, because really it's time's marching on for peppers. They do have quite a long growing season. Okay, that's those done. They will go into the house onto heat to germinate. Next I'm going to sow some chili peppers, and these are called chili shake, and I am going to pop some of these in, and again I'll take them indoors and grow them on heat and then under lights when they surface. Some people, quite a lot of people, actually get their peppers and chili peppers in January. I'm a little bit late, I suppose, a little bit late to the party, but we should be fine. It just will take a little bit longer to get my fruits ripened. I'm just going to sow all of this packet. I won't probably keep all of the plants myself if I get them up. I will give some away, because I have some friends and relies who enjoy having a pepper plant kicking about. Oops. So that's fine. I like having a few peppers, but chili peppers, but I don't need tons, to be honest. Okay, that's them in. There we go. This is called, again, chili shake. Chili shake. There we go. Oh, get away, you! Ah! You are a menace to society, Dottie. She's trying to eat some of the lettuce that I just transplanted. Right. Done. So that's that. The pepper's done. I'm watching you. Next, what I'm going to sow, I'm actually going to sow something into this little pot. It's a little terracotta pot, and I have, if I can find it, this guy here is leaf radish. I hadn't heard of leaf radish before, so I'm part of a little gardening club run by Steve Digwell of Steve House of Digwell Green Fingers. And he sent me this out. You get, when you subscribe to his gardening channel, you get a bunch of seeds out every month. And leaf radish is one of the ones he sent out recently. And I believe its leaves yeah, you grow it as leaves, and the leaves taste like radish. And if you harvest them young, you can eat them raw, and if you let them grow on a bit, you can cook with them. So my thought is that I'm just going to fill this little pot with all of the seeds. There's quite a lot of seeds. Maybe not all of them. I might actually have 2 pots worth. So I'm just going to sprinkle. Yeah, I have got 2 pots worth. Sprinkle these in, and I will get another pot and do the same actually. Put some vermiculite over, and this will go into the polytunnel to grow on, or on the kitchen windowsill. I think I'll put it in the polytunnel. I want to get as much out as I can do, and the weather's going to be okay, I think. So this is leaf radish. There we go. You need to have eyes in the back of your head. Did you just eat some of those? You did. Whoa. Honest to God. You just ate some of those. Oh, limerick. Put a barricade up. Right. Okay, I'll sow another pot of those actually. I maybe wait a little bit of time. Okay. 2 things left to sow. The first is broccoli rab 60 days, and I haven't grown this before. This is a broccoli that it doesn't give you large heads of broccoli. It's almost like a miniature version of a purple sprouting broccoli. It says in the back, dwarf plants with tender shoots like sprouting broccoli and sowing speciality, can be grown over a long season. Source of vitamin C and A. So I am going to, does this need a lot of temperature to? Nope, you can actually sow directly outdoors where they are to crop. I won't do, so what I'll do is I'll sow in here and pop it into the polytunnel, and I'll see if it can start growing from there. Because it does say from sow outdoors from February. I can't believe it. How many of those did you eat? God. Okay. Little tiny seeds, as you always get with brassicas. Right. So I'll just put a few here, and of course as they get a little bigger, or when they germinate and get a little bigger, I will prick them out and pot them on. So this is broccoli rab, 60 days. Let's just pop some vermiculite on. There we go. There we go. Great. Now, finally, last thing I'm going to pop in is some more lettuce, because you can never have too much lettuce. This is Lakeland, and I'm actually going to bring this indoors, because actually it says so thinly from late March to July. Oh, it says indoors from February onwards, that's fine. So indoors, I'll pop some of this in, and I will successionally sow this as I will with a lot of my lettuces. Let me just write a label for that while I'm here. There we go. Right. Gosh, oodles of seeds. Yeah. And again, good old vermiculite. Okay, so lettuce is coming indoors. These guys are coming indoors. So that's for indoors. The leaf radish is going in the polytunnel, as is the broccoli and the, let's move those down here. And the lettuce and the greens that I transplanted a moment ago. There's already one of these gone because one of the chickens, Dottie, has just taken the top of it. So there you go, I didn't keep my eye on the prize there. But that's fine. Hopefully we'll get 5 of these to grow on a little bit, and we've got these lettuce 4 seasons to grow on, and I've already got some other lettuce growing in a veg trug, and I've got more lettuce sown. I eat lots of lettuce, as do the chickens and the quail. I hope you've enjoyed this video, seeing the second batch of seeds that I'm sowing for February and having a look at some of the seedlings that are the result of my last sowing. I'd love to know what you're sowing at this time of the year, and whether you are ahead of me when it comes to things like the peppers and chilies and so on, or whether you're holding fire. Please let me know, it's really interesting to hear these things. So I'll call a halt now. My battery's just about to run out on camera. So yeah, I'll call a halt now. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love if you would consider subscribing to follow me in my gardening, beekeeping, chicken keeping and quail keeping journeys. But for now, I'll say bye bye. Bye for now.